What up, people? Trying to get this motherfucker organized. Oh. What up, Don? What up, Southbound? Now, let me see if I can turn this on if it makes a difference. Put my glasses back on. Shit, man. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting a little sick. Are you guys hearing me through the headset? Put put a 3 for yes and a 4 for no. So as you guys see, in the title, I learned something, right? I learned something about a DD15. My truck is currently in the shop. In a way I planned for it, in a way I didn't. Where it's at, I had to take a. Sounds good. Appreciate that. Oh shit! Hang on. God damn it! Forgot to fucking take the sound out of this bitch and all that. Forgot to put on Do Not Disturb. I was gonna just start using one of my phones that then I gotta worry about the bullshit. All right. So you guys read the title, right? So I learned something about a DD15. Now you guys know I'm a Cat Cummins kind of guy. You know, I know Detroit's, but I know the old school Detroit's, right? I'm unfamiliar with DD15s, right? And that's the one reason why I'm buying trucks with the DD15s, because, you know, I'm curious and I want to learn about them. And for me, one way to learn about them is buying them and going through it, right? So one thing I'll tell you guys, man, is going through and having your truck, right? There's more to your truck than just turning the damn thing on and going down the road, right? Like my truck right now will turn on and go down the road. And the reality is the problem that it has, that's dangerous. And I'm gonna explain why, because you know when I get to that point. But I planned for this, but I didn't. So when you guys have these trucks, you guys always want to be part of the truck, right? If it's making a certain noise, you need to know, okay, that noise is this. It's making some kind of noise, just go get it checked out. Sometimes you got to treat a truck like a person, right? So, for example, if a person that you know is holding their chest and they have chest pains, what do? You don't say, hey, you'll be all right. You know, because you know, cats with chest pains, man, they don't wake up the next day sometimes. So typically, it's the same with trucks, right? So my truck is making a little bit of noise. I was coming back from Vegas, and I took it to the shop. What up, JF? I took it to the shop that I trust, and because understand something, I have more than one shop, right? I do that for a reason. I build relationships for a lot of shops because sometimes when you want to get stuff done, one shop might be too busy, you know, even with your pull and your connection. Really quick, I appreciate everybody hitting the thumbs up, showing attendance. I appreciate that. And really quick, everybody shout out where you guys are from in the comments. Shout out where you guys are from. Be proud of that. So, So I went over there, and the crazy thing is, I knew it was that time for this truck. It's the Pokemon truck. I knew it was time for me to do the overhead, right? And the truck was making a tick noise, a real light tick. And I was like, man, I don't drive crazy enough to get the valves that damn loose where, it's making that kind of noise. Oh, shoot, we got one of my members in the building. The Super, what up? So, someone over there, I told him, hey, go ahead and what did we do? We did the overhead and we changed out the cab filters, right? Because, since I bought the truck, what up, Trucker Bill? Since I bought the truck, oh shit, I didn't even shout you guys out, did I? I fucked up. Take my glass off to do it, because. So Donna's in the building. Southbound, what's good? What's good? JF Trucker, what's good? The Super 8660, what's good? Trucker Bill TV, what's good? What up, Adam? Adam is from Canada, by the way. Trucker Bill is from Jersey. Oh, we got a lot of Jersey folks. The Super's from Jersey. So we did the overhead. We changed out cab filters they had in stock. The rest we had to order. And the tick was still there, right? It's a little tick. It ain't nothing. Like, if you play the radio, you can hear it. If you got the windows down, I don't know, maybe you might not hear it. There we go, Fresno, California. What up, Martin? So this tick is very light. It's almost like a fuel injector tick in a way, right? So I was like, it's crazy, right? So I might have even been loaded. I think I might have been loaded when I stopped over there. I don't recall. But anyway, so we looked at it. He didn't plug into it, right? I told you guys I went to a mechanic, not a technician. The key, folks, is seriously know the difference between a technician and a mechanic. This truck was ticking very light with no check engine light on at all. Listen, no check engine light. If I'd have took this to a technician, sir, everything is good. You don't have a check engine light on. Everything's good, right? So, goddamn headset. So it didn't have a check engine light on, right? So, but I knew. So my dude, we popped the hood. He put his head under the hood. He's listening. And he was like, I think it's the fuel pump. I'm like, damn, no shit. He's, yeah. I said, all right. So I said, I appreciate it. So I went to Vegas, dumped the load off. Remember, the truck's running still good. It ain't losing no horsepower. I'm not dropping MPG. I mean, the truck is acting as it should, minus me, myself, knowing this truck, I can hear a little tick. Now, mind you, you go to truck stops, you hear a lot of these guys, a lot of trucks next to you ticking and shit, leaking, ticking, all that shit, like a time bomb. As long as that motherfucker starts up, goes down the road, haul loads, that's all they give a fuck about, right? But with me, it's got to sound as good as it looks, right? And if it don't sound good, I'm tearing some shit up. So I got the load off and I went straight there. I had other stuff I was supposed to be doing, but the truck is a priority, right? Truck's a priority. So this was not in my city. Yes, it's in California. So I went over there. Trailer's still hooked up. Normally, if you're getting work done on it, you got to go take it out there, drop the trailer, bring the truck in. But, I didn't think I was staying too long. So when I went before, it was the night mechanics. Now I got the day mechanic. And So I said, yeah, I think the fuel pump, is going out. Now, mind you, I'm used to fuel pumps on cats and Cummins and shit like that. Like, the DD15 fuel pump's a different monster all by itself. I'm going to tell you why. This will save me money. I saved probably at least 5 G's. Could be max at 10. And I'm on this live stream to tell you guys, so you guys know. Some of you guys might know. Some of you guys are DD15 experts. You got, God dang, SoCal. Shit, you didn't know that, SoCal? Look, I'll admit when I don't know something, and the DD15 is not in my area of knowing. So I said, hey man, I think the fuel pump might be going out. I hear a tick. So he's like, all right, let's check it out. Now, put in the comments, guys. We don't have a check engine light, right? And in my head, I was gonna change this anyway, because what I learned the night before. What I learned the night before was, the dude said, be careful. He says, you see that truck over there? I said, yeah. The same thing happened to him, but he kept driving it, and his bill was $7,000. I don't know if it's $7,000 in total bill or $7,000 extra. But in other words, that guy was a do not do example, right? And I'm like, nah, man. I said certain things, I'm not going to drive the truck. So Improving said, I rented a rental car to come home. Like, I didn't say, well, let me drive it home. Let me do this. Nope. That's it right there. So the next day, again, we're going back the next day. I'm back with the guy. He said, all right. Now, what do you guys think? What do you guys think he did? There's no check engine light, guys. So a technician, see, I keep telling you guys, mechanics, they got the knowledge, right? A mechanic does not need a laptop to plug in. I mean, unless he's doing like stuff that needs a laptop, like doing a force regen or some shit like that. But typically, they know the get down before plugging into stuff, right? So it don't have a check engine light on, which means if I went to a technician and say, hey, can you check out my truck and see if it's okay? They had to look in and says, well, sir, you don't got a check engine light on, you're okay. Or let me plug into it just to make sure. He'd have plugged into that motherfucker, and it would have shown everything's working great. The fuel pressure's still good. Fuel injector's still good. Everything's still good. I'm telling you. The truck did not miss a beat. The truck did not miss a beat. I could be driving it today. It'd cost me more money to fix it, I'm sure. Or eventually it'll leave me stuck where I need a tow truck. But when I pulled that shit in, it was acting, driving, running normal, except for the tick. Miles fuel pump took a poop. So he said, all right. He said, let's pull the fuel filters. I said, yeah. I said, because I was going to change those anyway. So what I learned about a DD15 is when a fuel pump starts going bad, still works great, still does its job, but when it starts going bad, one of the signs I can say from my experience, now I don't know how many signs on a DD15, a fuel pump can do and all that, put in the comments if you guys know, but one of the signs I had was the tick noise. So we pulled the fuel filters. We pulled the secondary fuel filter off, right? One thing the guy told me the night before was when a DD15 fuel pump, and I'll tell you how the guy across from me, how he's an example of what not to do. So on a DD15 fuel pump, when it starts going bad, but still works great, when it starts going bad, it puts metal in the fuel. It falls apart. I don't know. I don't know where the hell the metal's coming from. It's falling apart inside. It's doing something. What up, Jaquan? But when it starts, everything's working great, but it's throwing metal into the fuel system. So a lot of drivers, and this is where you got to be careful, right? Who you guys hire. Like, this is the truck that I drive, but I'm just saying you got to be careful with drivers you hire. And that's why sometimes you guys hire drivers, and I'll include me in it too. Sometimes drivers cost you more money than you think because their mentality is just get in. If it starts up and the oil's good and everything's good, drive it, right? And as far as starting it up, listening to it, like, the most important thing to me is listen to the cold start. How's the cold start sound? Like, just give a fuck about what makes you money, right? So he pulled the secondary, and I think I posted pictures, and there's metal, and the guy says, man, he goes, these metal pieces are bigger than normal. I said, oh shoot, really? Yeah. And I said, dang. He said, let's pull the main one out. I said, all right. Pulled it, metal shavings on the bottom. He's like, man, I'm gonna have to check your fuel tanks. I said, well, I think we caught it early. What up, Jeremy Jones? What can cause overcooling in a cat engine? You got my number, you know that, right? Just comment, we'll talk about it. So I was like, shoot. Now, what happened to the dude that cost him, I don't know if his bill was $7,000 or an extra $7,000, because I didn't ask about the dude, but the mechanic just threw it out there of what not to do, right? What up, GW? So that guy, there was in a bed across from me. He's one of those kind of guys that if it starts and runs, he's making money, and apparently he needed to get a tow and all that kind of stuff, right? And so what he did, he wiped out the fuel injectors, right? Because he ran that thing and didn't catch it. And so as the metal shavings were going through the fuel system, it wiped out his injectors and all kinds of shit. So he needed new injectors. You guys know how much new injectors cost? Put in the comments. How much are new injectors on DD15? So I know how much the rebuild ones are. The new ones, how much are the new ones? I want to say, and I could be wrong, because I only replaced them once on one of the trucks. I want to say they're $600 a piece. I want to say. I could be wrong, but for some reason, 600 is sitting in my head for some reason. But anyway, so this dude, they had to do everything, man. They had to replace everything. The goddamn the fuel pump, the fuel injectors. I don't know if they had to pop his tanks off and clean them out. The whole fuel filter system they had to take off because it's metal throughout the whole thing. They couldn't clean it. Like they really had to go through his whole fuel system because this man drove this shit until he needed a tow truck. And there's the mindset difference, right? When people are saying, don't go get a used truck because, it can run you broke. No, you can run yourself broke. Not the truck. You can run yourself broke. You know what I mean? So it's a mindset thing, man. Sometimes you guys can catch stuff where it ain't going to cost too much. So what I was told was the fuel pump by itself is like $2,000. So if you guys don't know, whenever I get the receipt, when I pick the truck up, I'll share it with you guys if you guys want. If you guys don't, I won't share it. But from what I was told, now I don't know if that's core charge, non-core charge, whatever, but I was told $2,000. So when we pulled and saw the metals in there, right then there, I said, we're shutting the truck down right here. I was like, put everything back together. I'm gonna go drop the trailer. So he put everything together. I dropped the trailer, pulled it in the shop. Keys are in it. Thank you. Called a Uber, and I'm not too familiar with that area, so I looked up where there's an Enterprise rental car. Went through Expedia. I have an Expedia account and I have a rental car account. So I ended up getting me a Lyft, Uber, whatever you want to call it, over to the rental car joint. Got a rental car and I came home. But the whole thing, man, is catching shit early. And like the dude said in the daytime, he says, man, he goes, you caught this pretty early. I said, yeah, I caught it pretty early. But what would happen if I didn't catch it pretty early? Now, I don't know what the repair bill is total is gonna cost until it's done, I guess. But we know what it could have cost extra, which is not, right? Does that make sense? Scorpion says they're checking it out, found nothing. The ticking stopped. I drove it home. Then the check engine light came on. The failed fuel pump caused metal to go throughout the entire fuel system and tanks. Damn, I'm trying to tell you. So many questions. My engine is working double time up here in extreme cold. Well, guys, I want to tell you something right now. When the engine warms up, that engine don't know the temperature outside. I'm telling you guys right now. And you guys, anybody ever drag raced or whatever? I know Quick hits it, if he is in here. If you ever raced a car, right? When is your best peak time for that engine? When it's cold. Right? Cold, except for unless you're like 0 degrees and stuff like that, you need to have a block heater or whatever just to get the liquids warm enough to make sure you don't do any damage. What up, Sage? But the whole thing, guys, is cold really don't hurt an engine. It don't. Heat is your enemy that hurts engines, not cold. Now, if you guys are out in the goddamn fucking 180 degree hot desert, I can see your guys' engine working double time because heat hurts engines. Cold does not. And unless it's 180 degrees or better outside, your engine doesn't know what truck it's in. It don't know how hot or cold it is outside. Because when the engine hits 180 degrees, 150 degrees, it's 150 degrees. It don't matter if it's 0 degrees outside or 100,000 degrees outside. 150, 180 degrees, 150, 180 degrees. So yeah. I will never drive when I hear the ticking. Hey, but look. Oh shit. Nate says happened to me twice in 3-4 months. Well, so let's talk about that. You had the problem twice in 3 or 4 months. Let me tell you guys something. Now, this is my opinion only. And when I give an opinion, right, when it's not factual, when I give an opinion, I make sure I let you guys know it's an opinion, right? And when I say it's my opinion, that's your sign of you go do your own due diligence on it, and then you create your own opinion to follow, right? So my opinion, because they called me last night. They said, you want to put what the fuck they call it? I don't know, a rebuilt fuel pump, whatever the fuck they want to call it. I forgot what words. Or do you want to put a brand new one? Now, listen real quick. There's always time to save money, okay? What up, Fargo? There's always time to save money. Now, if this was a Cat or a Cummins, I don't know. In a way, I probably wouldn't care which fuel pump we use. But we got a DD15 fuel pump like mine that was working fine, throwing metal into the fuel. Look, I don't want to rebuild. I don't want to reman. I don't want none of that, because this thing throws metal when it starts fucking up, right? So I want a new one, right? So my opinion for you folks with a DD15 is, oh, you got the notification? So my opinion, guys, with the DD15 engine only, is if the fuel pump goes out or starts, if you got to replace it, mine didn't even go out yet. If you replace the fuel pump, put a brand new one. Just because of what it does when it starts going out. And right now, right, how long is your guys' shop time? Luckily, I took it to the shop where shit gets in and it gets out, right? They got a lot of bays and they jump all over it. But typically, shops take a while, right? So you guys have to count for money lost, right? So every day a truck's in the shop, how much, now don't put in the comments because I don't want to know, but this is a question you ask yourself. How much money is that truck making a day? It's not normally the breakdown that kills you, it's the downtime that'll kill you, right? A breakdown could cost you $500, but it takes a whole week to get the bitch out the shop. Was it the breakdown cost that screwed you up, or was it the downtime? And see, that's what folks don't understand about warranty. Oh, I don't care, I'm under warranty. Okay, but warranty don't cover your downtime. Warranty don't cover your downtime. You know what I mean? So how I saved $5,000 upwards of probably $10,000 is, number one, I caught it in time. So my fuel injectors are good. They're not taking off fuel tanks. They ain't doing none of that, right? They're still going to check everything. But I caught it early. I shut it down early. I wasn't like the dude across the bay on the other side where he just felt he just had to run his shit and not give a fuck until it cost him all that extra money. Now, let's look at this. SoCal, what's up? I don't care. My injectors got 500,000 whatever million miles, whatever. I'm gonna run mine till the shit falls off, you know. I'll just put new injectors, I just put new this, I put new that. Okay. But understand this now. The more they do to your truck, the more downtime you have, right? The more downtime. Even if you had to, even if you said, well, screw it, I'll just replace the injectors, that's just more downtime, right? I told you guys sometimes it's not the repair bill that kills you, it's the downtime. The downtime. So if you're destroying your truck because you don't give a shit because you'll put it all brand new anyway, that's just more downtime you guys are gonna have. Now you can sit back and say, well goddamn SoCal, I got the Ace One mechanic, he'll fuck everybody all off, he'll come for me first, all that, that's cool. But your mechanic don't make the parts. He's got to order the parts. Do they got the parts? How long is it gonna take to get the parts? When can the parts be delivered? You know, understand there's a lot of people in the chain, right, for your truck to get fixed. So that's what happened to me yesterday. So when will the truck be ready? Whenever it's ready. Did I plan on this? No. I'm gonna be honest, which I always am. I almost thought about running the truck and just changing out the fuel filters all the time. But then I was like, well, that's being selfish and dumb, you know? What if that fuel pump just decides just to go out and I got a tow bill? Now I got a mechanic working on my truck. I don't know who he is. Like, now we're getting closer to Christmas. Like, yeah, just been an all bad situation. So yeah, so when you guys hear small stuff, get in there, get it done, because you never know. It can save you time, it can save you money. And one thing that I learned on this DD15 is that damn fuel pump. Now, the truck has 600,000 miles on it. I'm gonna go back on its record to see, like, what's the life on a fuel pump with a DD15? I don't know. I can tell you one thing. I'm gonna find out. Why? Because on a fuel pump on a DD15, it sounds like something that if they say, hey, it'll do 300,000 miles. Well, if that shit's wiping out fuel injectors and wiping this out and tearing this up and putting metal in the fuel tanks and doing, that sounds like something you might want to change before it starts doing that. How often should you change your shocks? So it all depends. But typically, see, let me tell you about shocks and I'll answer your question. There's cheap shocks and there's good shocks. There's gas shocks and there's oil shocks. It all depends. But typically 2 years, 3 years, somewhere around there. When one goes out, you'll see it because it'll be dirt and shit forming. Sometimes it might last 1 year, right? But I think a good one, and it depends on your driving, stuff like that. How much off road? Like, I know these California freeways, man, will beat the dog shit out of you. Like, these California freeways, man, no joke. They will work the hell out of a pair of shocks. Like, the front end and everything else. Like, there's some parts of the freeway where I just drive around that thing, man, because I was like, God damn, my truck's taking a beating. But I'd say right in about 3 years, take a real good look at that. Do you do tire rotations? Absolutely, absolutely. So on the back, I do what they call an X. Right? So if you look at your Ford in the back, just make an X, and that's where you want to do your tire rotation. Then obviously, you want to do your fronts, right? So, so that's how you do tire rotation on the back. What other questions you guys might have for me, man? I just gave you guys a little bit of insight. If you guys didn't know about these DD15, these fuel pumps, they will throw metal in your system and they will ruin your day. What year is your truck? It's a 2019. 2019. GW says every year on shocks, mainly front end. What? At $60 a shock. It's still cheaper than replacing steers when you notice edge warping. Well, here's the thing, right? Let me tell you guys about steer tires if you guys don't know this. You want to do stuff before it shows any kind of sign of anything. Once a tire starts, especially a steer tire, starts showing signs of something, guess what? It's gonna, even if you fix the problem, it's still gonna wear the same. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but some of these steer tires, if they're wearing kind of funky, they're gonna be good trailer tires. Take them off. They're good trailer tires. I can go to my yard, open up my container, and show you guys, like, I don't know, 6 or 8 steer tires that was pulled off. Matter of fact, I'll probably do a short on that today, maybe. Oh shit, I got my keys. It's in the truck. Whenever I get my truck back, maybe I'll do a short and show you the steer tires that's been pulled off, and it's in my container for trailer tires. If you look at these tires, they look nice, and the problem that people have is people want to wear out the steer tires like they do the back. Well, it's legal tread, so I'm good. I don't need steer tires. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Look how much pressure a steer tire holds of weight. How much? Put in the comments. What is the legal front axle weight? I'm gonna help you guys calculate this out. Put in the comments for the folks that don't know. What is the legal weight of your front axle? I know you guys know this. You guys have to know this and you guys get loaded. Next question. Since you guys apparently don't know the first question, I don't see it in the comments. Oh, there it is. Yeah, no. Oh, shit. I'm behind on comments. I apologize. 12,000. 12,000 is close enough. Antonio, what do you mean 130,000? Come on with us is 14,000 with, yeah. If you have H rated, as long as you got, here we go. Look, I'm not gonna get complicated. Come on with it. You're right. Truck tires have a certain rating, right? So, but it all depends too if your steer axle has the rating for it also. If you have a lightweight steer axle, I don't give a fuck what rate tire you put on there, it's still not gonna work. But we're gonna go with 12,000, 12,000. So each tire, now come on, let's do this. Each tire, so if it's 12,000 in the front, each tire is what? Each tire, yeah, we know it's over 12,000, but we're going to just say 12,000 so it's just easier math. 6,000, right, 6,000. The back tires, you have 8. What is the legal width? Legal width, I'm tripping. What is your legal weight for the back? I'm trying to explain to you guys why you don't wear out steer tires, why you have to take them off. I'm explaining to you why, because we're doing this together. So you're right, it's 6,175 for each tire, but we're going to just say 6,000 just for the shits and giggles. Come on, guys. You got 8 drive tires in the back. What is the legal weight for the back? That's crazy, man. All these truckers in here, and you guys act like I'm giving you guys some trick questions. You guys better know this shit. 34,000. So, can somebody get a calculator out and divide up, which I already know the answer. You have 8 tires that's responsible for 34,000 pounds. How much weight does each tire, or the weight of the tire is responsible for how much weight for each tire? So each tire is responsible for how much weight? 34,000 divided into 8 is what? Come on, people. Where you guys come up with these crazy ass numbers? 49,400 total? What are you talking about, GW? Bro, you are lost in the sauce, homeboy. And you're going to confuse a lot of folks. We're not talking about singles. Come on. Come on with it. I don't know why you're throwing wrenches and stuff. I'm just showing an example of steer tires. I don't really even care if it's singles or duals, whatever, but we're just doing duals. So, thank you. So 4,250 pounds on the back of each tire is responsible for. But the front is responsible for 6,000, which is approximately 2,000 pounds more than the back. On top of that, the steer axle has to steer 80,000 pound gross truck. Does that make sense? So this is why they always tell you, depending on your tire, change them out between 100 to 120,000 miles. Change them out. They're still going to look great. But think about it. The whole time it's holding 6,000 pounds. It's steering an 80,000 pound vehicle. The drives don't have to do none of that. The drives has another one next to it. It's just got to roll straight. It's only got to hold 4,000 pounds. That's why the drives you can wear out. Does that make sense? On the Michelin, once the head is gone, we change them. Yeah. So, but back on the steers, guys, like, if you guys have messed up shocks and it's showing it all weird, you say, hey, let me go and just change out the shocks. And then you still notice the tires still doing the same thing. Once you guys put the cuts in the tires, once you put the funniness on the wear of those tires, it continues to wear like that, even if you fix the problem. So I'm trying to tell you guys. So if you guys mess up a set of steers because you didn't do the shocks, so now when you do the shocks now you got to do the shocks and the steer tires all over again. That's how that shit goes. So, yeah. So that's where we're at with that. What other questions we might have, guys? We've been on here for 40 minutes. You need a mechanic out here in California, Google one near your house. It costs to be the boss. That's a good saying, man. But here's the thing, right? My opinion is a real boss, he ain't trying to be a boss. He's trying to make money and build financial freedom. All that title shit to me don't mean a goddamn thing. Don't mean nothing. What other questions? I appreciate everybody hitting the like button, showing attendance. They are charging $900 per lube up here in Alaska. Any mechanic looking to make a killing could come up here. Yeah, but GW, but there's more to life than just making money, bro. Like, let me explain something to you guys real quick. I'm gonna bore you guys with something, right? Time is priceless, right? When I get on Facebook and a lot of things, I see a lot of people dying. I really do. I always see, rest in peace with so and so. We're gonna miss you and all that. And no, these motherfuckers ain't 70, 80 years old. They're 20, 16, 30, 40, all different ages. That tells us, should tell all of us, man, we got one life to live, right? We got one chance. You got one chance to be 10 years old. You got one chance to be 20. You got one chance to be 30, and so on and so forth, right? There's always a saying of live your best life, right? And I'd rather be happy and making less money than making a ton of money and being miserable. You guys follow me on that? I'd rather be flat, broken, busted, and happy, if I was happy like that, and happy, than being rich and miserable. See, some people's life perspectives are different, right? My life perspective is I just want to just enjoy my life. That's it. I just want to enjoy my life and be happy. That's it. Now, everything around it, that's just icing on the cake. Being said, GW, if I was a mechanic and they said, we're going to pay you whatever the fuck to do it more than out here in California, and I was a certified mechanic, I wouldn't go. California, even right now in November, I can show you the weather's great in California. We're in December, weather's great. I'm wearing a t-shirt and shorts. Weather's great. Gets a little cold at times, but the weather's great. Where everybody's fighting snowstorms and tornadoes and all that. I ain't doing that. I'm getting on my bike and riding down to go grab lunch somewhere on a mountaintop or something. But that's me, right? So everybody's life and goals and stuff's different. right? Maybe your life and goal is you don't care about being happy. You just want to see $1 million sitting in the bank. And so if that's your life goal, you don't care about nothing else but that, money, you love money, it drives you, then I guess, go be a mechanic in Alaska. But I had opportunities in Alaska. But I'm not gonna go to Alaska in all the snow, screwed up weather, deal with all that craziness. Like I'm not doing it. Now, if you're happy with it, it works for you, good. I'm not doing it. It's like right now, my truck's broke down. You know, what am I gonna do today? I got so much to do today, man. I got plans today. We're probably gonna get on the Harleys and me and my buddies, we're probably gonna ride somewhere an hour away from here on the bikes and go have lunch. And turn around and ride back. You know, when my truck is down, that's my day off to go enjoy myself. Typically, if I have work, I don't take time off. I don't miss a load to go do something. You know, but that's just me. I typically don't want to do a load, cancel a load, or not make any money on a load to go do something. Now, have I done it? Of course. But I'm saying I don't like to. You know, my son's got a situation going on, or my daughters, or whatever. Hey, man, you know, I'm their father. They come first. They didn't ask to be here. So that's number one job for me is to be a good father. So yeah, I'd have to miss a load for that. Come on, Wigga says work hard, treat people well, and be happy. My recipe. Well, I mean, again, I'm different. All you guys in here are all different. All you guys all have different opinions and beliefs. And it don't mean mine is right. It just means mine is mine, right? Mine's mine. That's what I want to do. Your guys' goals and dreams and whatever's yours is. But I'm just saying that's why I'm not gonna go to Alaska. They could want to pay $500,000 for a truck for owner operator to go up there or whatever to haul loads. I ain't doing it because I have one life to live and I want to enjoy my life. And for me, going to Alaska, I can't take my Harley. I can't take the people that I know out here in Cali. I can't do the stuff out there that I do out here from what I've seen. Never been to Alaska. I could be totally wrong. But it's just not what I want to do. I am trying to live my best life. You know? So, and living in snow is not my best life. You know what I'm saying? But GW gave you guys a hookup, mechanics. If you guys want to go live in Alaska in the snow and shit, where it's freezing cold right now, I'm sure, to go wrenching and lubing, which I hope they got heaters on that damn grease tube, because you guys know it's cold as fuck outside. Those damn Zert fittings don't want to work. That grease don't want to come out the grease gun, even if it's air. So hope they got that set up. When you lease your equipment to carrier, does the carrier insure and send you plates? Well, different companies do different things, right? So I can't speak on other companies. It's whatever they say they want. It's whatever they require, right? So it depends on what they want. It makes it easier for a carrier when you have carrier plates and stuff like that. It just makes it easier. But there's also a hell of a lot of responsibility, because when they run those plates, they don't say, you know, John Smith on it. It has a carrier on there, like they own the truck or something. So whatever you do in that truck, that's the carrier's ass. Let me ask you guys a question. Let's do a poll real quick. That's 9:45 in the morning. Damn. Let's do a poll real quick. Are we ready for the poll? Appreciate the 32 people hitting the like button, showing attendance. God dang it. Free as a motherfucker. I'm spending my morning trying to help you folks, man. And goddamn, you guys act like the goddamn fucking thumbs up button is going to charge your bank account $100 or something. But look, let me ask you guys a question. And I know some of you guys knew this, some of you guys didn't. But let me see what the percentage is. If you knew about that DD15 fuel pump before it goes out, when it decides to wear out, throws metal throughout the whole fuel system. If you knew that, put a 1 in the comments. If you didn't know that like me, and you learned something, put a 2 in the comments. I know a lot of you folks, man, are DD15 experts, so damn, it's 12:45. Dang, it's lunchtime over there. Yeah, it's 9:45 in the morning out here. So 1 if you knew that, 2 if you did not know that. See, this is why I went live. Look at all the 2s. This is exactly why I went live, so I could share this with you guys. So this video right here of what I learned, I shared it with you guys of what I learned, because I don't know everything. I shared you guys what I learned. Guess what? That's going to save you guys some money now. That's going to save you guys some money now. I don't know what 73 is, JF. So yeah, man. I thought it was only a Cummins issue. ISX does the same thing. No shit. That's crazy. Yeah, I've never had to replace the fuel pump on my ISXs. And if it did, like a lot of my mechanics, I just take it in, say, hey, get it right. And I don't have to tell them to do this, do that. Like I got mechanics that if they see shit worn, they just replace it. When the truck comes out, you're ready to go, and I get a bill, and that's just what it is. What if you don't run a did, but what the fuck? What if you don't run a did, or excuse me, run a DD, but run a Cummins? I have a 22 Pete. Well, we have an X15, but we haven't had to do a fuel pump on it. So maybe on this video, maybe this is something, a starting point for you guys to find out. You know, if you guys have an X15, does that fuel pump do the same thing? Maybe on all the new engines, maybe the fuel pumps do the same thing. Let's see, the fuel filters don't stop the metals from reaching the injectors. It does to a point. It does to a point. If you keep driving it, you know, there's and if you look at the filters, like I posted the filter, right? And you're getting a lot of metal shavings, right? Some of those metal shavings will be so small they can pass both filters. It'll stop the chunks, but think about it. Look how small the fuel particles are compared to small little, you know, metal particles. So from what he told me, now he could be lying and be full of shit, but he told me, see that truck over there? I said, yeah. He drove it until it didn't work no more, and he wiped his injectors out. So I don't own that man's truck. Didn't get to hear it run before they fixed it. Didn't know nothing. I'm just going by what he told me. So once again, this is something for you guys to do some research on. See, that's what's great about this channel and a lot of channels is I'll give you guys some information, and now that gives you a starting point to go do some research to find out on your engine, on your truck, you know, the particulars of that, right? So we now know, which I learned, these new fuel pumps, they throw even again, listen, pay attention to this part, right? My truck ran perfect. It started up like a champ, ran like a champ, didn't lose no horsepower, didn't lose no miles per gallon, ran great. I just heard a little tick. and he had to listen to it, right? So that was it. Everything worked great. What up, Aaron? 20,000. He didn't show up to court. What the fuck? 76 Army says 20,000. He didn't show up to court. Lost the case. He did, but still trying to charge me for a fuel pump. He's saying another 1,500 now, going on 4 hours. What do you got going on, bro? Is this a mechanic? $20,000. He didn't show up to court. I'm lost on that, bro. It all started in 2011 when there was a recall on those fuel pumps for throwing metal. Okay, so I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna see. Does the brand new ones throw metal? I don't know. This throwing metal shit is new to me. Like, maybe on my Cummins, maybe. Because lots of time I'm telling you guys, man, I like to do preventive maintenance, and lots of times if I know something's old enough, I'll just say, hey, replace it, right? Remember, I purchased this truck. How long have I had this truck? You guys might know better than me. How long have I had Pokemon? 4 months? 3 months? 4 months? I haven't had Pokemon that long. 3 months, 4 months, some shit like that. So yeah. Remember, he got my truck for a rebuild motor training from. Oh yeah. Dang. So how long till my truck's gonna be fixed? I would hope today, but it all depends on when they get the parts. Did you catch them all? Not yet, man. Still catching them all. Hey, here's the funny shit about that truck, right? I even think I posted it, man. It don't matter if I'm at the Pilot fuel station, I'm at delivering, I'm picking up. It don't matter if I'm going down the freeway. Like, I'll be going down the freeway and I'll see a car with their phone out filming or taking pictures of the truck. I was at the Pilot Flying J, right? And the guy said, here's what he said, right? Grown ass man. Hey, can I take a picture of your truck? My kids love Pokemon. I'm like, sure. So while he was taking a picture, I took a picture of him, right? And I think I don't know, maybe I put it on my Instagram or something. I have an Instagram. I don't remember where I posted it. Maybe it might have been on here. I don't remember. But he says for his kids, right? So when I blew up my picture that I took of him holding his phone, and I looked at the phone, I was able to look at the phone screen. He was cheesing next to the truck, next to the Pokemon picture. Cheesing, taking the picture, doing a selfie. I'm thinking to myself, like, that don't sound like. Now, I don't give a fuck. You can selfie next to the bitch, take it for your kids, your grandma. I don't care. You want to take a picture? That's what it's for. Take a goddamn picture. I don't care. But you don't got to lie to kick it. I low-key think that dude is a fan. And maybe I'll check on my YouTube, and if I didn't post it, I'll post it for you guys. But he did a selfie next to my truck, cheesing like a motherfucker, bro. Cheesing. That just tells me that picture was for him, not nobody's kids. That shit is hilarious. The crazy thing is, like, I'll have forklift guys come up to me. The funniest shit is, though, some people say, hey man, can I take a picture of your truck? I'm like, yeah. And that's one reason I black my windows out. But they don't take a picture. They do a dang whole photo, what do you call it? A whole photo situation of the whole truck. Like I'm sitting to get unloaded. They're taking it this side, the front, this side. Like it's a whole dang photo shoot. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right. Even forklift guys. And in the beginning I had to learn because like my mentality, like someone's gonna pull up, like you're gonna have an attitude, like, you know, I had to realize what I was in, right? So when people pull up, I know it's gotta be about the truck, right? And even forklift guys come up, hey man, remember these fools are working, right? I said, what's up? Hey, can I get a picture of your truck? And here's the funniest shit. When I got the truck, my homeboys and everybody's like, why would you get a truck like that? That's silly. But do you know how many grown ass men, which nothing wrong with it, but do you know how many grown ass men want pictures of that truck and take selfies next to it? You know? McDonald's had the big Pokemon thing going on, right? So I parked my truck right by McDonald's when the Pokemon was going on. Think about all the little kids. We got Pokemon. Oh look, there's a Pokemon truck. But the cool thing about all that, guys, is it makes people happy, right? And that's all that matters. If people are excited and happy, that's what it's all about. What up, T-Bone? So anyway, man. So watch these fuel pumps. Check on yours. See if yours does that. Call your local mechanic or your dealership or whoever. Just double check, man, because it ain't no joke, man. You're going down the road and that motherfucker's throwing metal throughout the whole fuel system. You know, pay attention to your truck. It's making a difference. If it runs a little different, making a different noise, or there's something about it's different, check into it. Start treating your truck kind of like a person, right? If a person's got a cough, you need to go check that out. You need to take some Tylenol. You need to do this. You need to do that. You're sick. Go check that out. You got a chest pain. Go check that out. The truck is the same way in a way. I mean, don't love it like a person or nothing, but you see it's doing something wrong, sounds different, go check it out. It's cheaper to go check it out than to wait and find out. Damn, that rhymes. It's cheaper to check it out than to wait and find out. That shit was huge back in our day as a youngster. Pokemon cards and all. Hey, you say that, bro, but man, McDonald's just had Pokemon at McDonald's in the kids' meals. Maybe not in your area, but that shit had, no joke, then like a couple months ago, that shit was blasted on the damn windows. Pokemon, and I was laughing my ass off. I think Pokemon never gets old, right? Never gets old. I think it's just one of those things, man. It'll just keep carrying on. It'll never get old, I guess. But one thing I want to tell you too, because I don't know if I'll do another live stream this year or not, whatever. All right, later. So we're in December, guys. Now, here's a question to think about, right? Since I'm on here, I might as well try to cover as much as I can. What are your guys' 2024 goals? Were you happy with 2023? What do you guys want to do different? Or what do you guys want to see different in 2024? See, if there's things you didn't like in 2023, right? It don't automatically change just because it's 2024. You guys have to make the changes, right? Hang on a second. Damn. You guys have to make the changes, right? And I would say start changing now. Don't believe in that bullshit ass New Year's resolution bullshit. Like, you know, Like, a lot of folks want to, well, January 1st, my New Year's resolution, I want to, that's some childish ass bullshit if I ever hear it. I don't want to hear that shit. If you're unhappy with yourself because you're drinking too much alcohol, change it today. If you're fat and want to lose weight, change it today. If fucking you want to make more money, I mean, don't make that shit a New Year's resolution. Change it today. Whatever changes you guys make today. I mean today. Today is what? What is day? Monday? Whatever today is, I don't even know what damn fucking day today is. Whatever today is, change today. Okay? And the changes you see, the changes you make today, you might not see or benefit from until next year. But if you guys wait until next year to make the changes, that just prolongs your success, right? That prolongs that, right? Whatever change you're trying to make, it prolongs it. Why not make the changes today? You don't have to wait until January 1st to stop drinking so much alcohol, stop doing so much dope if you're doing dope, stop, gaining weight, trying to lose weight. I don't know, whatever the fuck you guys is fucking, whatever you want to change, make more money, less money, I don't know. Get a paint job on a car, whatever the fuck it is, start working on it today. Flatbed says, I want food prices to go back down. That's the problem with this shit, right? That's the most dangerous thing about this shit, bro. It's like with inflation is typically when it goes up, typically it won't drop as much as it was before. I ain't saying it ain't gonna drop, but think about it. Back before our time in the 50s or 60s or whatever, how much was a gallon of gasoline? How much was a loaf of bread? Like, I don't know. I wasn't even here. But just think about that. How much was it back then? When I was told gas once upon a time was 25 cents a gallon. Have you guys ever seen it? 25 cents a gallon? Has anybody seen gas 25 cents a gallon? I mean, I heard a loaf of bread was like 5 cents. Look at this fucking fool. Look at this stupid shit. Oh, god damn it. I can't see it. The front camera's blocked. So that's the most dangerous thing when people make bad choices to wake up inflation, right? And that's where we have to be accountable as voters, right? Because it's just like somebody shooting a gun in the sky, right? For 4th of July or whatever. Whatever goes up comes back down, right? So let's say somebody gets hit by a stray bullet, right? They go to the hospital, they take the bullet out, but they always have the bullet wound. You can never take it back, right? You can never take it back. The bullet ain't there no more, but the wound is still there. I mean this to say this. Things will probably get better on food pricing and stuff like that, but the wound is still going to be there of this inflation shit that interrupted our country. So we don't know how deep the wound's going to be once things get back right again, but we'll sure find out. I use Coca-Cola measurement. Let's see. I'm aware it's the holidays. $50 will bless me towards food and shelter. I don't even know who you are, my dude, but yeah, that don't make sense. So anyway, guys, that's my time. I'm gonna get off this bitch. I've been here past an hour. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. I appreciate the 42 people hitting the like button, showing attendance. Believe it or not, it probably don't mean a lot to others, but it definitely means a lot to me. It just means you guys, 42 people, paid attention to what goes on. And if I don't see you guys or talk to you guys, whatever, you guys have a merry, blessed Christmas. Be safe out on these winter roads. Understand you have one life to live. You know what I'm saying? What up, DB? Yeah, you're late, bro. You're late. Just know, man, just be safe out there. Don't be in no hurry, guys. Because, you have other people's lives out there when you're in a hurry. You have your own life out there when you're in a hurry. And you guys have people depend on you guys, I'm sure, out there too. So as you're out there and you get mad at a four-wheeler for cutting you off, or whatever might happen, or you're in a hurry, sit back, remind yourself that, hey man, I have kids, wife, dad, brother, sister, whoever. Tone it down, take your time so you can make it back home. I just stopped getting on my Facebook and all that stuff, man, because I don't want to keep hearing, we're gonna miss this person, we're gonna miss that person, rest in peace, we're gonna miss this person, that person. Like, I'm not, no disrespecting nobody, but I'm just not trying to hear that, right now. So for you guys, man, just live your best life and be happy, man. I'm gonna tell you guys this right now, right? If you wake up happy, typically your whole day you'll probably be happy. And when you're happy, you make happy decisions, right? You see certain blessings happening, certain different things. If you go to sleep pissed off and mad at whatever the fuck, you're probably gonna wake up the same way. And to me, that's just my opinion, and I don't want to put out there that I'm some kind of good guy, because I'm not. But to me, I feel it's easier to be happy than to burn extra energy to be mad, right? If a four-wheeler cuts you guys off or act stupid, you understand something. You guys hold a professional license, which is called a commercial driver's license. You guys, believe it or not, you can agree or disagree, you guys are professionals, right? These guys driving cars, they're not professionals. They hold a C license, but that's just the right to drive. They are not professionals. Once you understand that, they are not professional. So a professional individual, and I'm at fault at it too. So I'm not excluding myself. I work on it my damn self. Once you guys understand that, I work on it myself real hard living in California. But being said is this. Understand when you guys are upset on these four-wheelers, as a professional who you are, try not to be mad at people that are unprofessional. Unprofessional people will make unprofessional moves. Just like a professional will make professional moves. With that, have a great holiday, folks. I'm out of here. Be safe.